Hey everyone! So today I'm going to be talking about A Gentle Feast. So we have used this for 2 years now, and I'm going to talk about why we are going to be continuing to use it for 3rd grade. All right, guys, so I'm just going to jump into why I love A Gentle Feast. So the first and foremost thing is that everything is laid out for you. So I had a baby this past year, and I mean, as we know, babies kind of add a fun element to the family, right? And so to have everything totally laid out for me, I could open up this book and look and see what we were supposed to do for that week. I had prepared the previous fall so that I would be all ready with all of the books that I needed, and all I had to do was open this up and look to see what we needed to do for the day. So I'm going to give you a little glimpse into this. So this is the grid that you would see every single week. It has form 1, 2, 3, and 4. Everything is laid out for you. If you never wanted to print anything and just wanted to look at this book, you can totally do that. It's all right here at the tip of your finger. And honestly, that's what I did this past year. We kind of became a bit of unschoolers in this baby phase because, as we know, babies are kind of wild cards. They need to nap at random times. They need to eat at random times. So what I love is that we could pick up wherever I had left off and just kind of jump in there. What I also love is that Charlotte Mason Education advocates for very short lesson plans, or lesson times, I should say. So 20-30 minutes per lesson is really all that you should be doing for anything in Form 1. So that in and of itself was an amazing thing this past year with having a baby, because we could do something for 20-30 minutes and then I could take care of her needs. But I also have 2 other kids. I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. I mean, they were 2 and 4 this past year, and I mean, they need attention too, right? So the short lesson plans are fantastic. I love that A Gentle Feast helps me spread the wide Charlotte Mason feast. So, I mean, at Thanksgiving, I mean, if you think about it, there's a whole spread in front of you, right? I don't like cranberries. Someone else might love cranberries. And that's what this feast that we are laying before our children is we want to spread them a wide feast so that they can kind of pick and choose and taste and sample everything and discover what they love. But they're making relationships with those things. And that's just the beauty of the Charlotte Mason Education. I don't even really know how to explain that anymore. But my son and my daughter, because she kind of tagged along in a lot of stuff, they were introduced to so many beautiful ideas, and the relationship that they built with those ideas and with me as we discussed those ideas was just absolutely priceless, and I wouldn't trade that for anything. One of the questions that I get a lot is A Gentle Feast diverse enough, right? So I love that in their history we talk about women like Lydia Dara, we talk about women like Molly Pitcher, we talk about men like the spy called James, we talk about in geography little folks of many lands. So we take a look at many different cultures. Now this wasn't modern culture, but this was a good look into other cultures and some of the stories that they've passed down from generation to generation. So is it completely diverse? Probably not, but that's something that you're able to add in those beautiful books, because this is not something that you have to do every little thing on. Like with homeschooling, you can pick and choose. This is meant to be a springboard for you. It's meant to set you up and launch you out, and then you can pick and choose. If you come to something and you're like, well, we're just really not enjoying this book, or man, we would really like to know more about this man called James. Let's dive into that a little bit deeper, find some more resources on him. You can do that, and that's what's amazing about homeschooling, is that you as the teacher are in control, and the student can give input into what they're interested in, and you can use this as a springboard of ideas, but then go from there, find things that you really love. So that is what I love about A Gentle Feast, is it gives me the tools and the resources to like launch me into into fun topics with my kids. Speaking of resources, I love their online resources. Their online resources are absolutely fantastic. So I know that there are some other, or I've had feedback from other people who have used other curriculums, and they have a hard time because the online resources are kind of all over the place, and it's really hard to navigate the online resources. So what I love about A Gentle Feast is everything in their online resources is clearly laid out. It's all done by form, it's all done by term. I mean, it's very easy. As you scroll through it, you can see where you need to click to find certain things. So once you familiarize yourself with it, it takes no time to pull up a link and click on it and go to it, because there are some links that obviously you can't click in the paper, but it'll have links to all of your folk songs and some Spanish resources, I should say your foreign language resources, because it's not just Spanish. But there are links that you can click in the online resources, which are absolutely fantastic. And you can print off some resources. If you purchase the morning time plans, there are student pages that you can print off. Those student pages are things like their recitation and Bible memorization and their hymn that they'll be studying for that term. So there is a lot that comes with the online resources. But what I love is you only ever have to purchase 4 cycles, and those 4 cycles will get you through all of the grades. You only have to purchase 4, and then it literally takes you through 12th grade if you so choose. But the one thing that I think I talked about this last year, but why I chose A Gentle Feast to begin with is that I love that all forms are studying the same history cycle. So my daughter, when she jumps in 2 years, well, not this upcoming year, but the next year, she'll jump into Form 1, Cycle 4 with my son, and we'll just continue to loop this history. So as it loops, the loop gets bigger and bigger and bigger, but it always comes back to American history because that's what we are familiar with, right? So my son, this upcoming year will be finishing Cycle 1. But then when he enters Form 2, we're going to start adding in some history from other cultures, probably Canadian. And then we're going to add in a little bit more and do some ancient history. And the loop's just going to keep getting bigger, but it continues to loop so that they remember from the previous year what was talked about, and their understanding just deepens and widens, and it's just a really cool way of studying history. So the morning time packet, I highly recommend purchasing the print version of this. So I actually had a friend just look at this, and she even said the print quality of this was fantastic because she's considering switching to A Gentle Feast, and she is because she saw all of this and was like, oh my goodness, it's awesome. It has a wonderful spiral bound, so the pages aren't going to come out. Everything is awesome. The morning time plans, they are in the main teacher's manual, okay? But it's not quite as in-depth as if you purchase the print plans. So in the print plans, it's going to show you week to week to week, and it breaks it down by form as well. So it shows you what you are going to be doing every single week. It has a rotation for Bible every week, and it goes from New Testament, Old Testament, Psalms, and Proverbs. So it cycles through those. Now you might be wondering, isn't that a little confusing for kids to kind of jump every week and then cycle back and jump a week? I thought the same thing too, but we've been doing it for 2 years now, and my kids love it, and they actually remember better than I do. It's kind of crazy. So I highly recommend it. We use the King James Version in our house, and they understand it. They don't need a children's Bible. We still read children's Bibles every now and then to familiarize them with some of the more famous stories, but but my kids fully understand and comprehend the readings directly from the Bible. But in your print manuals here, it has all of your hymns for that term. It breaks it all down by term too. It has all of the recitations that your children will be doing, and it has beautiful prints of the picture studies. So I highly recommend purchasing the morning time plans because we leave this on our table all year long, and I can just pick it up and do morning time with the kids. And it's just a really easy way to dive into God's word every day and present a beautiful feast first thing in the morning. We do it during breakfast because full mouths are usually quiet mouths, and I find that once we get started for our day, it's kind of harder to draw them all back in. So we always start with the most important thing, which is studying God's word first thing in the morning while they're eating their breakfast, and it's just a great way to start our day. So I said all of this to say that I absolutely love a gentle feast. Now, can you be adding some things into it? You probably could. Do you have to do all of it? No, you can leave some things out if you want to. But I love that it has a springboard for you so that it can kind of launch you in and give you ideas, and then you can take those ideas and do whatever it is that you want with them for your homeschool, because you are the teacher and all your children are going to be different and enjoy different things. And so you get to follow those rabbit trails and do whatever you want to do. But a gentle feast is just a wonderful place to start. And honestly, I am just so very thankful for it. It has really helped set me up for success for our school year. Now, I do change some things every now and then. And as I grow as a person and as a teacher, I probably add some things in and change some things, and that's okay. That's the beauty of this education. So if you have any questions, please feel free to leave me a question in the comments and I will try to answer them, or come on over to Devoted Motherhood on Instagram, send me a message there, and I am always happy to answer any questions that you may have. If you are interested in purchasing, please click the link that's in the comments below. Every purchase helps support our family, and because I would never share anything that I don't personally love. So if you are interested in purchasing, I would really appreciate if you click that link. But please let me know if you have any questions.